Fellas, man, it is 1 week closer to free agency. Man, what's going on with you, dude? You all right?
Yeah, I'm just fucking.
You looking a little. I know you are. Hey, man, we got a special guest on the show tonight, man. Help us talk some off-season Falcons. We got some free agent fits we're gonna have to look at. Mike's high on something right now,
Yeah.
but not drugs. But we will get started,
drugs.
man. Drugs. Let's go. And welcome in, folks. It is episode 162 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons podcast, fancast, whatever you want to call it. My name is John, one of your hosts, joined by my co-host, Mr. Mike Cottrell, as always. And we got a special guest tonight, back for his third time total, second time by himself, Mr. Chris Tipmore from A1 for VarietySports. Buddy, we'll start with you, Mike. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. We got my man Chris on the show. Amazing Valentine's Day yesterday. Having a great day today. Stay home today. I'm in heaven, man. I'm in a great mood, so I want to have a great show. Let's go.
Let's go. Tip, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, it's divine, man. Living divine. Happy to be back on the show, and you know it's going to be a great one, man. It's A1 forever and out of your Falcon mind. How can you go wrong?
You can't go wrong. You just can't.
All right. It's just no chance of failure, right?
Except when the intro, when I had something planned out and all I see is Mike's big ass eyes looking at me all weird.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Mike gonna bring the flavor, man.
Come on, man.
It worked out, man. Hey, we're coming to y'all as always from the VarietySports Network here in the Clutch Studios, man. Make sure you check out the guys at VarietySports. Mike and myself are on with Talking the Gridiron. Last Monday, was just recapping the Super Bowl with those guys, Jordan and Darren and Jimmy, dude, just great guys. Great show. We had a blast over there. And they give us this platform to come out here and do the shows every week. So we appreciate those guys, man. You can check out 7th Inning Stretch. Baseball's getting ready to start. Great show. Getting ready to come up with them. Sunday morning tailgate when the football season's back. Double if you're an NBA fan. There's Hoop Southbound if you're an SEC basketball fan. A lot of great shows, man. So just make sure you check those guys out. Show them some love. Give them a sub. Like the videos, everything y'all do for us. We much appreciate it. Welcome in anybody new, man. We've been dropping some newer videos and dropping content, and we've gained a lot of subscribers, and we appreciate the hell out of that. And as y'all might have seen on the videos, if you're new, how was that?
I said, boy, it's been grinding.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah. So, if y'all are new, man, like I said, we're live every Thursday during the off season. During the season, it's Mondays and Thursdays typically, but that could change based on either one of our schedules. But we try to keep it fairly consistent, man. So if you're here, man, like to subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it. And also, if you're listening to us on iTunes or Spotify, you can drop us a 5-star review. And if you're listening to us, you are missing out on these free agent videos that we're doing. So go on to YouTube, check out the free agent videos, man, and you'll like them too. I'm doing one probably won't get to every position group, but at least the position groups that we're going to be adding to for sure, which could be a lot. It could be damn near all of them, but I don't know that I can physically get to all of them, but I'm going to try. But yeah, man. So next week, actually, I'll be doing QBs, which obviously are, that's probably the hottest one of
Talk to us, John. I can't wait. So, man, talk to us. And it
will be with Savion. Our boy Savion's going to do it with
me. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, okay.
Mike, if you want to come on it, you might as well come on.
I got to join that. All right, okay.
It's still going to be the same kind of thing, still like a 20-30 minute type of deal. Yeah. But Savion is a writer for the Vikings Wire. Yeah. Kirk Cousins, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to the Vikings.
I get it.
So, it'll be nice to have him on, man, talk about that. So, and what kind of, possibility is him coming here. And we'll talk about Russ and Fields, and there's everybody else, man. Everybody else has a chance to come in and what we might do at that position. So look forward to that one, man. And of course, tonight we're going to talk about Super Bowl, obviously just happened. We'll talk about that. The coordinators had their press conference today. Was it today? Yesterday. Either way, I watched it today. There you go. And so we'll talk about what we took from those press conferences. And then talk about some free agent fits, man, because free agency is about a little less than a month away. So we got to start. Yeah, man, it's going to be here for you. We got the combine starting at the end of the month, which would be I mean, then we're gonna have to start right from the free agent videos straight into the rookie ones. So it's gonna be nonstop, man. So we're gonna have content for you regardless. So let's see what's up in the chat, man. Q Lavender coming in from
what it do,
man? What's going on, buddy? Hopefully, what's going on, man?
Double H. This show is the Cat's pajamas.
Of course.
If y'all missed Mike's Valentine poem yesterday, go on our channel, go on TikTok. If you have a TikTok, go on there, check it out. It's
speaking of TikTok, I want to say thank you to everybody that liked the stuff over there, because we just went over 10,000 likes today. That's a dope thing, because we did that in a very limited amount of time. So thank y'all for that. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely, man.
Hey,
Hunger also coming in. What's up? Oh, and I must say, good. Look, guys, if y'all are watching on our channel, man, pop over to Chris's real quick. Drop him a subscription. Yeah. The man puts in work. Does a fantastic job, man.
Hey,
he's one of the guys we watch every week.
He always liked the nonsense I put out. So I want to say I appreciate you, Chris, because he always down for a laugh. And I appreciate you, Chris, because I don't watch basketball at all. So I would not even know what was going on with basketball if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't see Trae Young at all. So when I swear to God, I don't watch basketball. So
you're not missing anything.
The only time I know if we good or not is your content. I can go.
I don't even want to speak about the Hawks right now.
Man,
I don't want to speak about it. They lost double digits to the Charlotte Hornets last night.
And that's crazy. Show. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God. Like
goddamn the worst. But man, short story. Because now you don't brought it up, damn it.
I know, right?
Short story. Just to dial it back. This all started, when we gave up 3 first-round picks for DeJounte, who I do like, by the way. Never was on the DeJounte trade train or anything. But that's where everything really kind of started for me. You did that. Next thing you know, Kevin Huerter's out of here. You're trying to make moves, trying to stay under the salary cap. You don't want to go into the luxury tax, even though some of the top teams in the NBA who are constantly kicking your ass are in the luxury tax. So it just makes it, from a fan's perspective, it just makes it feels like, are you serious about winning, or are you just entertainment? Just because if you guys have been to the stadium, it's like a club down there at the same time.
It's a fun time. Yeah, it's a fun time.
It's a great time in a State Farm Arena, but we come there to watch basketball. At least I do.
I don't know. 100%. I don't know what's happened to defense over the years, man, but I know we don't play any, and like that drives me damn crazy, dude. Because when I grew up playing, bro, I loved playing defense, loved it, because you can be aggressive. It's just different now. It's just way different, man. But still,
you got to think about it. Guys like Derek Harper and Bruce Bowen would not survive in this day.
No.
Bruce Bowen,
even Greg Anthony. We talking about guys we used to could touch. You know what I'm saying? Used to hand check.
Oh no, they fell out every game. They fell out. Yeah,
man. I'm talking about every time. So Ron Artest. I'm talking about.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So it's a different game now. It's more offensive game, more entertainment going on. But
it's frustrating, man. I've seen guys like, offensive, I can't, I'm trying to reserve my energy for the offensive side of the ball. I'm like, I know a guy named Michael Jordan did the same shit, but he won like defensive player of the year 6 years in a row. So I mean, whatever. Anyway, back off the Hawks, man. Anyway, that's for another show and another time.
Go off everything.
Hey, but Chris Tip and I might do some Brave stuff this year, just so y'all know.
Gotta be proud. Gotta be proud.
Yeah, we are huge Braves fans, so I will probably do that. Bubba Gump, what's happening, brother?
Bubba Gump.
What's going on, Kenny?
What's up, John, Mike, and A1? Can't wait to see what y'all cooking and what's on the menu. DJ, John, Mike, Chris, chat. What up?
Come on, DJ, what's up?
What up? My name is Archangel, and I'm new, and I'm out of my pocket. He's not new.
Not new at all.
Yeah, he's not new.
Oh man,
James DeLorean, Super Bowl, here we come. Now you talking my language.
Hey, there we go.
We're going to the Super Bowl, mother.
Yeah. Now you talking my language.
Oh man, yeah, man.
Thank you, man. I'm the same as Mike. I don't watch basketball. The last game I watched was Iverson's last game. I never watched it again. I was
holy smokes, man!
I remember, man, when he told me that I almost dropped my damn phone.
I was mad at the whole league. I said, I ain't watching y'all if y'all
he said I was mad at the whole league.
And I never watched again. Houston Falcons 79. I wonder what that means. He said,
appreciate you, brother. Tyreek, what's happening, man? Jordan, what's going on, brother?
Jordan, what up? Hey, fellas, hope y'all doing well. Getting ready to be a long off season. It's gonna be a good one, though. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be good, though.
It's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be exciting, dude. Midas, what's happening, buddy?
Midas, what up,
man? All right, so, and hopefully, by the way, I did this last week. I'm gonna end up changing this whole theme because, as y'all might have seen on Twitter, the Falcons were so nice to me, and I retweeted them, and I won this helmet signed by Mr. Coach Raw himself. So I have no place to put it. So I have it on my desk, which is a tiny ass desk. So this room, as you can see, serves as my makeshift studio. I play my guitars in here. I work out in here when I work out at home. It's everything. It's kind of like an all-in-one type of room. So I got to make some changes. This helmet's going to be on the wall at some point. It's going to be all changed around. So, this experience.
John is having a February like you couldn't believe. Hey, John has dropped so many videos that just went up, but just went off the chain. And then I thought he was like, man, I don't understand nothing. So he sent me the thing and he screenshot. So I'm staring at this like, is this a picture? Is this a meme? I don't know what I'm looking at. Then I keep looking. I said, damn, I think. Then he texted me. He won the helmet. Then I was like, how did you do that? And I was just like, dog, this dude's luck for February. John, I told him play the lotto. I said, bro, you gotta play the lotto because Don is on the tip. But he got a signed helmet from our new head coach. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool. That's
dude. Yeah.
A lot of people retweeted that.
Yeah, and I did it from so I don't, and y'all know I don't do anything from our podcast account. Like I don't because I don't want to like if we want anything like I'd give it away. Like, because I don't think that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd feel kind of bad. So, like, I did it from my own personal Twitter account, So, but I did quote tweet it and say, like, hey, if I win, it's going to be in the background for our podcast. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Maybe they're watching right now.
All right, hey, y'all are. I mean,
what to do? What's going on? Exactly. Rise up. We ready.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So,
and if y'all watching right now, I want you to know anything bad quote came from John. Like I've never spoken ill about the team or the players. John is like, no, I'm joking.
But I probably did.
We love y'all.
They probably wouldn't. But I did it in a nice way. They probably wouldn't want to even tell unless they're just like really listening. So
we always do.
Yeah, man.
Continue to listen throughout the whole show. It's going to be some interesting takes.
Yes,
for sure. And also, Mike said it, but I should plug. We're doing these free agent videos. I've done wide receivers. I just dropped the edge one this morning.
Great,
around 8 o'clock. Appreciate you, buddy. It's about. I went through the same thing. I picked like 12 edge rushers that may or may, they guys that I like, guys that would fit. And I did it literally right after Jimmy Lake had came out and said, we're going to be a base 3-4. So there might have been some other guys I would have included in there, but it's all good. Like it's still like. Pretty, all that list is pretty legit. Just depends on who you like. There's the expensive guys that we all want. There's some guys that not so expensive that we can maybe get two of those dudes. And that might be an option as well. Regardless, we know we're going to address the edge in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's free agency, whether it's a draft, maybe both. Who knows? But that's something we got to get fill the room in because right now it's Lorenzo Carter and Ebiketie, if you want to consider him an edge, but linebacker, whatever. But that's pretty much it. So, guys, the Super Bowl, man.
Super Bowl.
We got to talk about it since, biggest game in the league that we're, talking about here. Tip, who did you want to win, buddy? Because we didn't. I know who Michael wanted to win.
Oh, man, I was all right, I'm going to tell the truth. I was going to tell a lie, but I'm going to tell the truth. I wanted both of them to lose, all right? I wanted both of them to lose. But if I had to just choose one, I was going with the Chiefs. There's no possible way I'm rooting for Shanahan and the 49ers at all. So it's just not going to happen. I mean, call me petty, call me can't let the past go, say I need to be healed, whatever you want to call it.
Same.
I ain't rooting for no damn Shanahan. It's just not going to happen.
Nope.
So and then I'm not rooting for Quinn either. He's not off the hook. I'm not.
Nope.
I don't
Hell no. Don't piss me off now.
Let that be clear. And honestly, I actually dislike Dan Quinn a little bit more than I dislike Shanahan. It's just Shanahan getting further. But Super Bowl, man, Chiefs, man. I was going for the Chiefs. If I had to choose someone, like I said, but I feel like the 49ers were the better team, but the best player on the field was still 15.
100%.
15, man.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
he showed it. And if you just really just look at his career, right now it's so eerily similar to Tom Brady. It's scary. And
Mhm.
It
when
really is.
the man is 15-3 in the playoffs, and 2 of them was to Brady
Mhm.
and Burrow,
Yeah.
and then Burrow.
Mhm.
That's crazy. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, like,
I want
you know,
one of those.
the guys on Variety Sports asked Mike and I the other night, like, you know, what do y'all think about as far as, you know, him being the best ever? I'm like, dude, when it's said and done, absolutely, I think he will be, because man, he's only
Mhm.
28. He'll probably play at least 10 more years. You know, you would think, you know,
You would
health
think.
willing and all that stuff. You know, yeah. I mean, the dude just, I mean, he's one of the best I've ever seen do it. You know, bottom line, man. And like,
No, here's why I think he's the best. I think that people get mad sometimes when you say that because they view it with longevity, but you got to give respect to those dudes that been in it longer.
oh, for sure,
Because
yeah,
you got Drew Brees and the Rivers and Peyton Manning and all of
Fact.
these are goats. They paved the way. Matt Ryan, sorry, I'm something in my throat. But then you haven't seen anything like Pat Mahomes. So to me, the skill set is clearly better than anything I ever seen on the rest of it. So what I project is if you play as long as them, like
yeah,
it
Yeah,
it, it won't even be a conversation. It will be an insulting conversation because he can do things like I said on the show. It's a joke, but he can run to the right, throw across his body, across the field with pinpoint accuracy, going off his back foot
and hit the receiver in the numbers in
and
stride
hit
in
it
the end zone.
like. And no one can do that. Everyone will tell you you don't throw across your body. You don't do that because no one can make the throw. He can do it going off his back foot, just like playing around almost.
yeah.
He's amazing, dog. And as far as the Super Bowl, when they didn't put him out of commission, nah, man. Remember RoboCop? Like you had to really kill RoboCop. He was coming back, like,
Right.
and that's like that. Like when you don't put 22 holes in Pat Mahomes, he getting up. And I knew like, oh well, this is over if you don't put him out. And they didn't put him out. And I'm so proud of him, dog. I think he'll dwarf Tom Brady. I don't even think that is a.
Man,
I don't even think
No.
that's a comparison to me. But I don't like Tom Brady.
Man. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, and no, it's good. I mean, to me, I mean, like Chris said, I mean, the game started. San Francisco had all the momentum. I think, you know, Greenlaw, I felt so bad for him, dude.
Oh God.
I mean, like as soon as he ran, like I've seen that injury so many times. Like I knew it immediately. I knew it was an Achilles because it's just
I did too.
when
Unfortunate.
yeah, man, when you push off like that and you see a guy just go down, it's like, and you know, normally even if the camera angle's right, you can actually see the Achilles roll up. You know, like it's not fun. Yeah. So I knew that. I felt terrible for him, man, because he was wrecking the place. I mean, like he was all over the place.
He was so fired up.
He was, man. He was. You know, and same as y'all though. We said it last week. I'm never going to root for Shanahan to win ever. You know, and like Chris said, give a damn if it's petty or not, man. Like, yeah, I just don't care. You know, and to see him in the second half really get away from running the ball, man. I mean, it was 2 consecutive drives, 3 and out, throwing the ball.
Fellas,
You know? I mean,
we have seen this so many times. That's just who this man is, okay? That's just who he is. 0-2 in the Super Bowl, 0-3 if you want to put a technicality, but just 0-3 as a coach in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And every darn time, you just go away from that run.
Yep.
Yes. That's crazy, man. That's just you. That is really just you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And
And
you left the door open for what you can say right now with the best quarterback in the league. I mean, I don't know I know who the MVP was, and rightfully so. I don't disagree with that. But still, overall, you know what I'm saying? Like the best quarterback on the field. You gave him an opportunity and he made you pay. And it's just you knew that little Pat Mahomes run was coming. You just seemed like you just knew it was coming, and then what happened in deceptive speed is what Mahomes has too, man.
Yeah.
He just wheezes his way in there, man. Next thing you know, he has another touchdown. But I got a question for you guys since we're on Mahomes. If he went, let's hypothetically speaking, if he wins one after we do, you know, another one, another one after we do. No, seriously, he wins another one. What do you think does he want to play that long? Does he want to play as long as Brady? That's basically what I'm trying to get to. Does he? What is going to be his willing to still play the game if he has 4 championships by the age of 30?
I think he will. I think he wants to just crush it. I think it seems like he's got that kind of personality and that attitude is like, I want to be the best, like I want to be known as the best. And he may not say it, but I mean, you can do the way he plays, the way he talks, like everything just kind of seems like, yeah, I can see him sticking around, just trying to like make this not even a competition. You know what I mean? But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see him walking away before.
What about you, Mike?
I don't think you have to drill, but I mean, I think
right.
He's gonna play if he's competitive. He's gonna play until he's
Man, I think that it depends on. I don't know his personality, but like it's people like Barry Sanders and Luke Kuechly who just choose to just walk. I'm still intact. I'm already rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk off. So, and I don't know. I know Jordan had a problem where he had to be challenged, and when he keep winning, now he feel like I could go play golf because I need a challenge. I don't know if he like that but man, I hope he get 8. I just hope that we win in between sometimes. But he just seemed like a great dude. He's fun to watch. Like I don't care if you're not a fan of that team. He's still somebody who you would say, I want to watch this. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not a Chiefs fan, he's that excited because he might do anything. He throw it like a baseball.
And people remember, we will see him this upcoming season.
Yeah,
and I want to punish him
up close and personal.
But I'll be honest with y'all, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I think that if we get a good quarterback, we can score point for point with Kansas City.
We're gonna give them a good run. I have complete faith in that, as long as they do the right thing at quarterback.
That's the only piece needed, and we can go point for point with them. And he don't got to be Pat Mahomes either.
No, and I mean, there were several points in that game, man. Like, I thought the turnover early was going to hurt him. McCaffrey fumbling, which I was like, oh damn, and then freaking Pacheco comes back, does the same thing, when they were down, and then after that is when Kelsey kind of went off on the sideline there. So got to get y'all's opinion on that. Now, I mean, obviously Travis came out and said, obviously he handled it the wrong way, went too far. His brother called him out, was like, yeah, that was too much, dude. That was a little over the line. I didn't think a whole lot of it because I'm like, they are a different, like they're almost like a father-son type of relationship. Like that's kind of like, it's still too far. Like I don't think you go touch a coach. I don't think you get like that regardless, but it's a Super Bowl. It's the heat of the moment. You're a competitor. I get all that, and some guys have a line. Sometimes it gets blurred and they just step over it and they can help themselves. So I wasn't going crazy like some folks were, like, oh, he got to be kicked out of the game. It's a different situation.
Oh, no,
to me, it's a different situation. But you saw it all over social media. Is like, oh, like no, he needs to be benched. Like he can't come back in the game. You can't say that. But
it'd be different if he went over there and bumped Kyle Shanahan.
Right. Exactly.
That's a different situation. I don't agree with it. I thought he was out of line.
Same.
But to throw him out of the game in the biggest game of the year, no. That's just, I don't see that happening.
And he just looked more surprised than anything. Like, damn, like.
It
scared me a little bit.
Where you come from? Because he was watching the game. So
and like Bubba said, like he laughed and he saved
I agree. He kind of
in the press conference he saved him. He was like, he scared me a little bit. I didn't know, kind of like just kind of definitely didn't make it a story.
Definitely broke his concentration because he was on the field and then he just came out of nowhere. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I give him a pass just because I know you're not supposed to do it. But the electricity that's going through you while you play, imagine, how we feel watching it. Imagine being like you in the game. Like, come on, man. Like, you not like in your proper state of mind. You excited. Like you like the whole practice, training camp, everything was for this. Man, come on, man. So you got to give somebody a pass when they do look. And he didn't punch him, didn't push him, didn't clip him. So you got to give him a pass because I'm like, he probably act a fool. I'd have probably act a fool too. I'd probably do something that's, it's the Super Bowl, man. Big Low, what in the world going out of my pocket, man?
What's going on,
y'all got to go check Big Low out.
Yeah, he was on the show last week. I'm sure y'all saw it, man. Yes. If y'all haven't already subscribed to Big Low, appreciate it, buddy. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Big Low. And Low, we got to hit the links, buddy. I saw you post that. I don't know if you were at Top Golf or where you were at swinging the golf club. We got to go play the spring, where somewhere.
I got to see that. I didn't see it.
man.
Yeah, we're on the play.
Good,
that's
good
right.
stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and then of course, you know, the crazy thing that punt, man, that hit dude's leg, hit dude's foot, that changed the game right there. That was probably like helped Kansas City just flat out win the game, because I mean, you turn the ball over that deep in their own territory, and I mean, it's just one of those things. It's football, man. It's a weird shaped ball, comes down sometimes funny, it moves funny, man, and like that was just terrible luck. But I mean,
bro, that's the ghost of 2016-17 Super Bowl right there.
That's
You want to
exactly
know
what I said,
something
man.
crazy? Because I went back and watched that, and something eerie about that. It hit off of 28 and 3 didn't recover.
Oh shit!
Oh wow.
That's nuts. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Man, we in the upside down, man. You scaring me, Chris, man.
Man.
Bro.
That's wild. Look, I tweeted after the game. I said, man, the ghost of Falcons pass strike again. Maybe they were. Maybe there was a little bit of intervention going on there.
It's just certain things I don't think you really just can make up. Come on.
No, dude. But look, the decision for Shanahan to take the ball in overtime was hilarious. I mean,
did you see Mahomes' face?
Yeah. Did you hear Travis's response on their podcast?
They want the ball? All right.
Yeah. Travis was like, y'all like we're y'all won. You have the chance now to put it on us, and you're going to take that away. So now you're giving Patrick 4 downs basically every series. You're giving him 4 downs. So like, because he has to go for it. You have to go for it at that point, right? So like, why in the hell would you give Patrick Mahomes that extra down every time? And like, so to me, man, it was just bizarre. And he said like the analytics department, whatever told him, this is the way to go. You know what I mean?
Bro, I swear to God, man, I be thinking it's a lie that they always try to lean on that. But I think this what happened is what I just said earlier. You so full of electricity and all. Oh, I gotta make the right call. Is it this? You factoring in so much shit that you do something ridiculous, and then you try to say, man, it had the highest probability. Bro, it could. Common sense tell me it didn't. I don't even need to see the analytics. You're lying. You're clearly lying. You panicked. Like you was trying to think and you outthink yourself. And so many coaches do that in the Super Bowl. I've seen Pete Carroll do that. Dog, my niece could make the proper call here and win you the Super Bowl. But you so full of like, and you get overwhelmed. And then Dan Quinn did it. Dog, all we got to do is run the ball. It's over. We already won. We already celebrating that. It's done. And you still like, oh no, what do we have to do? And I'm like, oh no. So I just think so much is going through them that some of them panic and are not built for that moment. And I think Peyton Manning was somebody else who would panic in big games. Even though he's the sheriff, when he was on the spotlight, man, he would play bad a lot. When he was in the playoffs, man.
Those Patriots games, man.
Yeah, dog, he would really buckle sometimes, and he was a great player, but sometimes in the playoffs, Peyton Manning was horrific. Big Low, thank you, man. He said we got to play 18.
You, buddy.
I don't even know what 18 is, dog. I don't.
Oh, you're talking about 18 holes of golf.
So that's a no from Mike.
I thought it was a card game. See, I thought he was saying like we got to play like Uno. I thought like 18.
No. Oh, Mike,
I ain't never played golf in my life, though. I wouldn't even know how to swing.
Me either, but I at least knew what he meant when he said play 18.
I thought he meant a card game. But what is that? 18 cards, like 21 blackjack?
Hey, I just like fun, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm playing miniature golf.
Hey, man, look, after like the first, like I'm serious, the first 8 or 9, I get about 3 or 4 beers. I'm like, nah. And I'm still like, and then I play better because I'm not as serious. You know what I mean? Like I'm more relaxed. I don't take it as serious. So you end up playing better. Yeah. So and if I get to like 6, 7 beers, it may be just a whole like mess. But just pace yourself.
Shoot, man. Low talk about that water though. But that's another another time too.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, man, it was hilarious. It's like, so they take the ball, they put it on Mahomes, and then the dude goes 8 for 8. On the final drive. I mean, just ridiculous. Had to go for it on 4th and 1. So and that's the situation. Maybe if they had started with the ball, that deep in their own territory, maybe they would have punted it. Maybe I don't know. But
if you kept the ball in CMC hands, maybe you wouldn't even have to go to overtime.
Yeah, maybe. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I did giggle, man. I giggled a little bit like a little schoolgirl when the game was over. I gotta admit.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I was like, yeah, I mean, 'cause I really didn't care all that much, but it's just, like it wouldn't have just crushed me or anything if they, if Shanahan won or whatever like that. I'm not going to root for him. So it was hilarious to see a lot of the 49ers fans like, man, why are we not running the ball? Blah, blah. I'm just laughing. I'm like, man,
I'm just like,
yeah, we know, man. We know. We're trying to tell y'all.
Man, I had a 49er fan talking trash to me on my channel, and I was just like, and it was right before the Super Bowl, and I was just like, we'll just see what happens Sunday. And then and Sunday came and went, and all I think I said to him was like, hey man, I feel your pain. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
That's all I can say to him, man. I feel your pain. I've seen this movie twice against the same team, and then once for us. So it's just. Man.
But I'm gonna tell you how powerful the Super Bowl experience is, and like the TV is. I couldn't name you a Taylor Swift song. I don't know one song this lady sang. Okay, I was never attracted to this lady, and the more and more they show this lady, the more fine I think she is. And that is the TV. That's the TV, because I never looked at Taylor Swift and said, "Oh, she look at her." And the more and more they show her, I'm like, "Oh, okay, she is kind of." And so the TV is a very powerful thing. Very powerful thing. The more and more they show the lady, I'm like, and I couldn't name you one song. I don't know why she's famous. I can't name you one song.
And they said she was only on the screen for 54 seconds for the entire
That's
Super Bowl.
wow. Yeah.
So, yeah, because folks,
she almost got a whole minute by herself.
And
then they had your girl, what her name is, Spice up there too.
So, yeah, Ice Spice up there.
Yeah,
How she get in that, man, dog? They let anybody anywhere now. How Ice Spice get in the top tier booth with Taylor Swift?
She was with Taylor Swift.
Apparently, I did some research on that because I was trying to figure that out too. And apparently, and that's how I found out about a Taylor Swift song. They have a remix or something like that from an original.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, they have a remix or something.
Yeah, okay.
I was wondering that same thing. I said,
I'm like,
Spice.
Nah.
And how does Google? How does Ice Spice know Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
And there you have it. I'm like, oh.
And y'all see Shanahan fired Steve Wilkes today,
bro.
I did see that.
Yeah. So, I mean, all right. Points allowed, third in the league this year in points allowed. You're looking at yards allowed. I think they were 7th. Okay. Like, they played damn good in the Super Bowl. I mean, they played good enough to win the Super Bowl. And you're going to, I mean, I guess there got to be a scapegoat, I guess. But
somebody got to go. Like, you got to kind of put it on something. But I don't know how you put it on him, but somebody got to get it.
That's
absolutely
unacceptable, man. That's classless, really.
All you've ever heard is the players love to play for Steve Wilkes. That's all you ever heard, man. Like when he took over the job here in Carolina, like I thought he should have got that job when they still was just
he head coach. He should have had that job.
That team.
That's why they had the season that they had. No,
absolutely.
Karma, man. Karma's man. Look, okay, and you gonna mess around and really. You're gonna really mess around and fire this guy. Man, come on. It's like I said, it's classless. Like it's a lot of things I want to say. I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just don't like it. I didn't like the move. You're not taking accountability. That's for one thing. Too, you messed up, bro. He played an excellent game. He lost actually one of his players that probably would have made a difference in Greenlaw, and they still, was playing well. You was playing against Pat Mahomes, and you left the door open when you could have closed it. Exactly. You're gonna have him be the fall guy.
Yep.
Definitely have him be the scapegoat. Yeah, man, come on.
I mean, they just exactly.
It just don't make no sense. Like I didn't like it.
No
I don't like it. Like Steve Wilkes may need to go do something else, like maybe in a collegiate level or something, because the NFL just seems to just keep crapping on the man. I'm sorry.
But Kyle was scumbag anyway, because I felt like when we lost the Super Bowl, I felt like he owed us a press conference. And I felt like he just got on the plane. Like, bro, you need to explain to everybody what you just did and why you did it. I need to know your line of thinking. And I don't feel like he never had the answer for that shit. And I never liked him after that. I feel like you need to say, hey man, I was like thinking this, and instead I did this, and I made a mistake. And you should have did something. And I felt like when that man just got on the plane, like, hey, I got a new job, so forget it.
He was
I've
already
never forgot
gone,
that.
regardless
Yeah.
of the outcome. That's another
He
thing
was
that
all, and I ain't like that. I feel like
too.
he fucking owed us, because I know that you just stop here for 1 year, for a few years and leave, but we've been here our lifetime. So don't, man, you owe it, man. You just lost us something we was waiting a lifetime for, bro. You owe it to us to talk. Let's talk about that. You need to sit down with somebody from Atlanta, man. You need to go on TI podcast or something. You need to answer for that. You need to take out a page in the paper. You need to. I felt like you need to answer for this, dog. Because that made no sense.
Nothing.
And when he just got on the plane, dog, I said, it was like in my mind, I was saying, the next time I catch it. Like mentally, I ain't gonna do nothing to him physically, but I'm thinking, if I'll never support you, I never talk to you, I never, like, you over with me, like you don't look at me. I'm not supporting your kids if they have a fundraiser. I'm not cheering your wife on if she play tennis. I don't care what. I'm not wishing you well and nothing, dog. So when he lose, I feel good. I wouldn't wish him to lose, because that ain't my energy. But if you lose, I smile. That is my energy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, Blinker says, appreciate you. She said, smash that like button, folks. And I mean, like, I don't know. When I heard that, I figured there'd be somebody would let go, but I didn't figure the D coordinator that was, did a really damn good job.
It wasn't the right fit.
So,
I'm like, oh,
okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah,
right.
He got you to the Super Bowl.
Got you,
but he wasn't the right fit. Got you to the Super Bowl, but wasn't the right fit. That's crazy.
Minutes away from a Lombardi, but he wasn't the right fit.
And Shannon he did tell us eventually. He told us like 4 years later, right?
First.
No, exactly right.
Say, hey, let's take that ball first. I promise you.
That was Jerry in the analytics department that said, hey, if we get it, we're gonna take it first, because it says this way. Like, and I saw folks say, well, you know what, the defense was gas. It was still the best. Man, you still had like 10 minutes in between, and they're playing football. We're not like Kyle Brandt said it on Good Morning Football. These are not like, they're not running Tough Mudders. They're not going out there running marathons. Like, I know it's a tiring ass game, but man, you had a break. You had like multiple commercial breaks, and still, it's just like the college game, man. You don't take the ball first. You have to put it onto the team. So it was just dumb. I mean, but hey, it was, like I said, fun to watch for us. So what the hell? But so enough Super Bowl talk, man. Let's get on to our coordinators, man. So they actually got to speak to the media yesterday, and Zach Robinson, man, he came off. It's funny, man. Like, I don't know if y'all, I'm gonna take this off because it's right over Chris's face. But he had his hands in his pockets the entire time, which was hilarious to me. Like, he was just like up there, just like chilling. It's like, yeah, man. So, I mean, just talking about the offense and, like, how he's like, it's just, I've never seen a coach, I think Daniel, our boy D Flick, pointed that out too. Is like, he stood there the entire time like that. But basically, just some stuff I wrote down that I took from it, man. He said that basically they want a clear and concise plan to execute. It's always about the players. When he got to the QB, they asked him, what do you look for in the QB? And so I got the quote there, the full quote. He said, when you look at that position, that's got to be the most competitive guy in the room. They've got to have a mental, physical toughness. And then he said those were non-negotiables. They've got to be able to think. They've got to be able to mental capacity. They've got to be able to throw the football accurately. They have to have the inventory to throw pace with touch. They got to be able to drive it when they need it. They have to have poise. They have to have competitive greatness. Those games are so close in the NFL. You have to have a guy who wants the ball in their hands at crunch time moments. So, I mean, yeah. So, he went on to say, talking about Matt Stafford, said, he's only a year older than Stafford. He actually played with Stafford in Detroit for a year. And he said Matt's one of the most intelligent guys that's ever been around, like one of the most intelligent players that have been around. As far as when they talked about the QB position, he said he spoke with Dez. He said he keep that conversation private.
And Taylor too, right?
And Taylor. They said they're evaluating all options. All options are on the table. He said as far as the style, he didn't get too much into, which makes sense. He's only been here for like 2 days, so he didn't get into a lot of the schematics. Essentially, just he wants them to cut it loose and have fun, physical and aggressive, building trust and relationship within the QBs. And he said basically, and another thing too, he said looking at the roster, you could tell that they've done a great job. Art Smith, Terry Fontenot, the guys the last 3 years done a great job bringing the right people into the building. So it wasn't just Art saying that every week that we got the right guys. You know, we're sucked. We got the right guys. You know, like that's basically what he said every week. You know, so another guy kind of backed that up. You know, just the type of character dudes that they have, and he said basically with guys like Bijan and Kyle, because they asked him about Kyle, you know, he's excited. He said we're going to have formation versatility to move guys like that around, all around, and using the best way that we can. And we heard that as well with Art, you know, and yeah, I mean, like Kyle was lined up out wide most of the time. You know, it was like a vast majority of the time he was out wide. You know, Bijan, I don't think was moved around as much as we kind of thought he was going to be at the beginning of the season. I thought he probably used a little bit more differently, but you know, who knows? But overall, man, he just seems like, you know, coming from that tree he came from, man, coming from being with McVay for 3 years, you know, and it just seems like so. I can't wait, man. I can't wait till he can get his whatever we're going to do at quarterback, get that figured out, and then let him start rolling, man. I can't wait. Tip, what do you think, buddy?
Well, to be honest, guys, that answer that he gave was a very detailed but yet generic answer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they all do. Yeah.
Very, very. I just want to point that out to be clear. He didn't give us any real insight to what he really wants to do. He just basically says what everyone wants in a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But because you definitely have to have the mental capacity, the toughness. But I will say this though. Out of that, the one thing that stood out for me was them being able to throw the football accurately, have an inventory of throws with pace, touch, and got to be able to drive the ball when they need it. That right there, I just stay right there because he basically saying he don't want no quarterback that's going to be putting the ball right on the receiver, not leading the receiver, not leading the receiver to gain yards after the catch, which is very important. Not putting receivers in harm's way. You know, some things that we have possibly seen last year or previous years. You know, somebody who has touch and somebody who can drive the ball, something that we definitely need because we have weapons that can get downfield. Now, guys, like I think Zach Robinson is going to come here and do some things. I think he's young, he's hungry, he wants to prove himself because this is really going to be his show. Instead of him just being an assistant or advisor or anything, a coach. This is his show. So I want to see what the guy has, and I have faith in him. Him and Jimmy Lake, I definitely have faith in both of them. I know you still probably have to read off some quotes for Jimmy as well.
Yeah, we will. Well, we will. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you said, he's not going to give you. And Jimmy was the same way. He didn't give you any kind of crazy, takes or anything like that. Because like I said, their first day, they're just trying to answer the questions as generic as they can, not making any kind of bold predictions or statements or anything like that. But I mean, yeah, and just looking at what like you said, being in the room with Matt Stafford for as long as he was, having Raheem there as well. He's got that relationship with him. He said their offices are right across from each other. They were in and out all day, kind of exchanging ideas. Him obviously a defense, him on offense. So just to continue that here, I mean, that's great.
Familiarity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mike, any takes from that?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I just I don't know if you can even articulate the benefit of people doing this that are already friends.
Absolutely.
Like that have some feelings for each other.
Yep.
Like, cause they gonna work the best together and have the most fun doing it. And when they have fun, the players gonna have fun. Like you might see, I hate to even say this because I don't want to set the standard for that, but this gonna be very similar to the '91 Falcons. Like you gonna see them having fun. You recall when Cam and the Panthers was good? You remember that year they was good? All they was doing was having fun. Was just having a blast. You're going to see that from the coaches as well as the players this season. And I said, you can't even quantify the benefit of people you already familiar with, people you already got chemistry with, people that you love and you really care about, that you get to work with now. It's your man doing it. It ain't just your job. It's your man. You went and hired your man. Come on, dog. Young, if I get any job, if I got any call, I'm calling John, right? And because it's just more fun, dog, it'll be better with my man, right? And I just feel like when you get in that space where it's you here and you can hire who you want, first person you think of is your man.
Yeah.
I'm about to go call my man, and when you call your man who's like also the best fit for the job, that's crazy almost. And I'm super excited to see what I think some jersey sales gonna go up. I think the stadium gonna be sold out, and I think we're gonna score a lot more points.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Coach Ream, man. I mean, Coach Morris, Coach Ra, whatever you want to call him. But you got to give him credit, man. He didn't try to overplay anything. He didn't try to do anything that would just set him back in any possible way. I believe he learned from his experience down in Tampa Bay. He had to wait it out. He had to go through the process. He got teased with the interim tag back in 2020. Then you still didn't get it. You still had to go out and prove yourself doing something else yet again. Then you had to go get you a Super Bowl ring and win you another one, technically, another one, and then but something more recent. And now you're back and you call this place home. You want to be here, and I want somebody who wants to be here. We all want to be wanted in some form or fashion. And as a football team, I want my coach to call us home. This home base right here, and that's what I need, and that's what he's giving us. Like Mike said, he went and hired his home slice is right across the hallway, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we talking. It just makes sense. He's making moves that make sense. He's getting guys that he's worked with before, familiarity. That's the collaboration, the cahoots, whatever word you want to use. Everything is coming together. And I'm enjoying what I'm gonna see, man. I'm excited about this coaching staff. And then we also kept guys that we needed, like Ledford, Petrie, Jerry Gray, of course. And I like it because
that was big.
Jimmy Lake and Jerry Gray can form their minds and trade thoughts and everything, because you got a former player and excellent mind who's been around the league for years. And you also have this man who's been a defensive back coach, defensive coordinator, and they're going to come together, man. They're going to have that secondary right, and I can't wait because I love the secondary, one of my favorite areas on the field. And I'm excited to see what those two gentlemen are going to come up, man, what they're going to cook up and who we're going to get in free agency, draft. I'm excited about all this stuff, man. I'm trying to be on everything that got to do with Falcons.
Yeah, man. And we should say that they did add also KJ Black to the offensive room, to the QB room, basically, because he worked. He was a Rams offensive assistant last year. Spent one season with the Rams, and basically working along with the quarterbacks with Zach Robinson. So
I'm glad you said that. They also brought in DJ Williams, Doug
Williams as well. So
and
I mean, whatever
his brother we used to play in the NFL, Mike Williams.
Yeah. So and what's so like whatever they're going to do at the QB position, it's kind of trending toward like we're going to have a young guy at some point. We've got a fucking crew to groom this guy, man. It helped because I mean, like he's built some guys around him that, I mean, what more could you want as a young QB coming up, man? TJ Yates, KJ Black, Williams, Zach Robinson, Raheem Morris. I mean, like, dude, that's a good.
But John, now, how would you feel, John, if they said, and we did all this specialized for Desmond Ridder? He's the guy. Week 1, let's go.
Hey, I've said something about that being a possibility, though.
If they all concisely agree on that, then I'll just take it as I must be just I can't figure out the quarterbacks.
I'm done. John said I'm done. That's it. I
won't talk about quarterbacks anymore because and I'm not being a dick. I'm trying not to be, because again, y'all know, man, I was on Ritter's train as long as I possibly could be, man.
I think we all were, brother.
I mean, we were not Mike. Mike was off early.
No, I was off like week 2 or 3.
Second or third stop, he already jumped off.
Yeah.
But no,
like, we should have signed Taylor from the beginning, bro.
I said that. Look, start Taylor. Yeah. You know that. And look, I was wrong there, so I wasn't no better. I was just as wrong as y'all was, so that's why I don't even say nothing.
And see, here's the thing, though. Like, I don't. And I've said this before too. Like, it's not that I don't think Desmond could get better. I do think he could get better, especially in a different system. I think he could. You know, some of those things like Chris just mentioned, like he doesn't have the greatest touch on the ball. He can drive the ball like a mother, but like he doesn't exactly have the greatest, deep ball touch, whatever you want to call it, on it. There's some things he can get better at. And yeah, I think he can get better for sure. But do I think a brand new staff is going to put all their eggs into that and say, hey man, I know you had a rough first season, but we think you can get better here? Like, you don't know until he's on the field. That's just that's all I've been saying. Like, it's a huge risk. Like, all the guys are still with Ritter. Hey, great, that's awesome. But as a new guy, a new coach coming in, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I
didn't draft Ritter. I'm a new regime, so I didn't draft Ritter. It's right. It's a long shot. Like, if he's on the team, I see him down there being the third string or something.
And
like
this
me too.
That's not going to benefit his career.
Right. Yeah. And this may be kind of just nothing. But look, if a new staff's coming to a team and there's a legit quarterback there, there's discussions going on. The media is talking about it. I'm excited. I can't wait to work with it. Not a damn thing has been mentioned about the quarterbacks, other than we're going to evaluate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, I'm excited to work with Drake London and Bijan Robinson.
That's what you heard. Kyle Pitts. So you even heard some players on defense.
How about the most important player?
What's kind of cool, dog? I'm gonna tell you what I think is the coolest thing in the world. It is such a rare occurrence. I don't even know. I can't even recall it happening. But like, a new coach, a new coordinator, and like a fairly new GM are all going to be able to sit down and pick their quarterback together.
Right.
Like, cause it's just an opening there. Like, all get to have some input, man. Who could you use more? Who you think is better? And like, the owners in that room too, he got, new goals. It's the same guy, but he got brand new goals. He want to win now. Mm-hmm. I think that's dope to have all of them be in the room and they probably all get to discuss who can we use the best, who you think got that's kind of dope.
Who got the juice?
Yeah, bro, that's really a cool thing to have all four of them get to pick who can we use the best, who's the best fit to come here with the weapons we got. That's an amazing thing. That's so rare of I don't even remember the last time a team got to do that. So that's dope.
Yeah, and so I mean, knowing Ritter's personality, like, I think assuming he's here and he's not traded or anything like that, he'll come in and work his ass off. Like, he'll come in and like
still be sorry. Yeah, he'll work hard and still be sorry. He'll be trash still. He'll just be trash that you smell, that you spray potpourri on. It won't stink.
I think he wouldn't be that bad, man. I think he'll be a little bit better. I ain't saying a lot.
Dog, I have no more faith in the man. I'm gonna tell you, I have no more faith. Dog, if you show me the same behavior several times, I lose I'm gonna be so positive, and it's going, okay, man, you can get, okay, man. Okay, man. Okay, hey, man, get off the field, yo. Like I can't keep. I'm not gonna keep saying it. Like, no, man. But I do want him to go to another team and work his ass off and get better. I don't want to see him fail. I just don't want to see him struggle and learn with us anymore.
Yeah,
I'm all patient out. I need a good quarterback. I need a franchise quarterback. I have no more patience.
Yeah.
Can't just pluck a 14-year veteran off the tree, can you?
Yeah. And speaking of that, I want to tell y'all, John sent me a link on Valentine's Day morning, and it made my heart warm more than my girl did on Valentine's. Okay, let me tell you something.
Damn, hope she's not watching.
Matt Ryan did he sat down with Cam Newton on something called 4th and 1 or something. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
4th and 1, and it was 14 minutes of them two. And shout out to Cam Newton. I've dragged him 22 times on the show. I won't do it again. I respect you now. I apologize, sir. But it was absolutely amazing to show you why Matt Ryan is the GOAT. And even in the comments, it was so many people saying, there you go. There was so many people in the comments saying, man, I never was a fan of this dude who was injured. I was never a fan when he was our quarterback, but now I kind of see, like, and they changed their mind just from the interview. So it just show you, I have to say this because I said it to John. Just imagine the nerd. He really is a corny white man. He's a corny guy, right? But then he's also so comfortable in his skin and so cool. He could talk to Cam Newton, who got dreads, and he could be in a room with all type of personality because he that comfortable with, hey, man, bro, this is who I am. This is how I dress, how I talk. That's why it's Matty Ice. He's the coolest nerd you've ever seen on earth. right? And I just thought it was dope. He was chilling with Cam, and they gave a special handshake at the end, which was hilarious because Matt scuffed it, trying to be cool. But I just thought, man, a dope human being, and he just talked about everything he do for the city of Atlanta, as far as his charities. But then he also started it off by saying he felt a little, he didn't feel like he got his just due in Atlanta. So, it was just a dope interview. I encourage. It's only 14 minutes. It's short, so go watch it. I had to say that because shout out to you, Johnny Yates, for starting my morning off right. That was dope because I never would have ran across that. That was epic. Shout out to Cam.
Yeah, it's sad he had to say like he feels that way because I think it's the loud minority that makes him feel that way.
Yeah,
I think the vast
most
majority
love him.
Yeah, and appreciate what he did here. I think it's the people that just forever going to hate him for whatever reason. That's and they're loud about it. So I think that's kind of the reason or whatever. Billy Mills, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, dude.
Billy Mills.
Kenny, good to see you, brother. Chase, what's cracking?
Chase, what up?
Man, make sure y'all check out Dirty Fanatics, man. They've had a couple of shows on Friday nights. They've been doing like a big panel show. I had to miss last week.
300, Mark.
That's right. Cross 300 subscribers. Congratulations, guys. I mean, I had to miss last week because things going on, but yeah, definitely check them out, man. So on to Jimmy Lake.
Yes.
Again, I'm going to read off a few notes. We can talk about it. Jimmy said it was his dream to be an NFL defensive coordinator. So, like, not to be a head coach or anything like that. So I thought I've never heard anybody say that.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of weird. I mean, cool. I mean, if you're good, hey, just chill, stay here forever. You know what I mean? Like, if you're good. But he just said that he's always had a passion for defense. He played defense. He said he wanted to play in the league. He was just too short and too slow. So he started coaching in '99, and actually that's where he met Raheem was at the Bucs. So Raheem goes to coach at Kansas State. He comes back. Before he came back, that DB's coach was open at Tampa Bay. Jimmy wanted that job. Raheem got it. Jimmy was pissed, disappointed about it. Raheem came in and said, hey, man, I know you wanted that job, but let's do this together. And that's how they started like their relationship. And they've just kind of they've grown ever since. They've been tight. He said, and this is going to blow y'all away. I know he wants to play fast, free, and physical.
Yeah, a lot of people were commenting about that.
So I haven't seen a defensive guy. I haven't seen a defensive coordinator stand up yet and say, man, I want to be slow and play up tight and as soft as possible. Like I've never seen that. So of course that's how they're going to want to play. Talking about Raheem, he said the dude is one of one. He's never had a bad day in his life. And I thought he was talking about Mike there for a second. I mean, because both things are true, Mike. You're one of one, and I don't think you've ever had a bad day.
Appreciate you, buddy. Never.
Of course, brother. He said, well, looking at the film from last year, you saw a defense that played fast and physical when he turned on the film. He said for one thing he noticed a lot looking at it, he was like, man, these DBs are coached up, which is one of the main reasons they wanted to keep Jerry Gray. And he said, obviously, they had to re-interview all the coaches, and he said, man, you can imagine how that interview went with Jerry Gray, blew it out of the water, huge. Cause we all know like those DBs, those safeties respect the hell out of Gray so much, man. And like, has so much to do with some of their success last year. So having him back, massive. Same thing with Dave Huxtable, man. He said they will be in a base 3-4, but they will be multiple and reactive to whatever offense is on there. So, again, not that today's age in the NFL, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you can be in a base 3-4 on first down, but then again, right, boom, you're in nickel the second down, third, because this is we know it's a passing league, man. Yeah, it's a passing league. And he even exactly. He even noted, he said, the college game has affected the pro game so much because, single back in the college game is now became pretty much single back in the NFL. Hardly any team uses a full back anymore. It's very different. So, they're gonna want guys that that's gonna be similar around the league. I think every defense want guys that are that can do multiple schemes, fit different, 4-3, 3-4, nickel, whatever you want to throw out there. So they're going to look for guys like that. But if they really do want to play a true 3-4, we're going to have to find a nose tackle because that ain't Grady. And Onyemata could probably do it. He could maybe make it, but that's still not him. I still prefer him on that 3 technique, just going after guards. So they're going to have to look for a big guy in the middle. We'll see how we find that guy. He said, but basically we want to boil it down to what our players do best, which is kind of what Raheem has said before. We're going to be in this situation, but I'm going to kind of curtail my defense to what the players are better at, what their strengths are. We're going to play to their strengths, he's one thing now. This is different about him. Last year was the first year he worked on the offensive side of the ball in his career. He was on the offensive side with the Rams. He was in the QB room and in all the offensive installs, which is awesome because like not only was he bringing kind of like his experience as a defensive coordinator and head coach, in college to that room, but now he can see it from the offensive side of the ball. Zach's here. He was just in the same room with Zach. Again, we got this continuity here with the guys. It's just it's beautiful, man. So he's able to be probably a lot more effective defensive coach. And and they ask him about calling plays.
John, hold on. The way you explaining this, Chris just smiling from ear to ear. He is so happy that we in the state that we in right now as Georgia fans. Because he's doing the same thing. Look, I'm smiling. Then I look down at Chris. Every time you say something, he just smiling bigger and bigger and bigger. I love it, man. I love it.
This is wonderful, man. Wonderful times. We back in the 3-4 like we was with Dean Pease.
Yep.
Ryan Nielsen, he came in and did wonders, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
He was more in the hybrid scheme. Now, guys, going back to this 3-4. Remember, we drafted a few guys, a couple years ago now. Arnold Albacete and D'Angelo Malone. Hey, salute to you. And and also we have Zach Harrison as well. So I actually want to see some of these young guys. I do want some of the free agents, of course. But I want to see what some of these young guys got. We haven't seen D'Angelo Malone at all when Ryan Nielsen was here.
Dog, I'm dying to see Malone, dog.
His role was diminished, and he's probably one of the fastest guys on.
He needs to be going. Yeah.
So he's pretty much special teams player for the most part last year.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. But we'll see what happens. Now, Albacete, he made strides. He had 6 sacks. You've seen Zach Harrison. He made strides, but we just haven't seen Malone. And I promise you, I've been looking for Malone like a homie on Blue Street. He would call it for him. I'm talking about like serious. So it's just we'll see what happens. I did see you say something about Bud Dupree in your video earlier, John, and everything. My thing is with Bud, it's all depending on that price tag.
Yeah.
Because going back again, because if not, I can just let one of my young guys get in there and get that spot. Get those snaps, get that experience that we have, especially Albacete, he took him in the second round like that. So I want to see my young guys, but I do want to mix in some guys as well. What guys you think would possibly come down here to Atlanta? Do you think we go the cash cow route, the guy, the home wrecker, or do you think we do this by committee?
Probably committee, I'm guessing. It's kind of what I said in my video too. Like, I think it all depends on the QB. If we go pay a Kirk or we pay a Russ or we pay somebody like that, then definitely by committee. And maybe even drafting a guy at 8. You know what I mean? Like, so that's. I would love a Burns or Daniel Hunter. Would love it. But if that's going to keep us from, like I said, the most important thing is a quarterback. We have to address that one way or the other. You know what I mean? So, and I think folks, before we, if we take say we take a young guy, at 8, or we move up and take one of those rookies that we want, and they are planning to start them just in this scenario, they plan to start them in year 1. We got to prepare ourselves. It may not just be rainbows and butterflies as we've seen from many rookie quarterbacks across the league every year. You know what I mean? Like that could be a bumpy first year, no matter when they're drafted, right?
Almost a crapshoot, man.
It is. It really is. It doesn't mean you have a better. We said it before. All you can do is bet on the highest traits. Who's got the highest ceiling? You know what I mean? And you just have to hope that they can mentally adjust to the league, because that's all it is. Physically, they got it. They all got it physically. Right. If you're taking in the first round, you can do it physically. It's how fast can you process? How fast can you determine what's going on and you see in front of you? And is the system around you conducive? Like, is it too hard to learn? Is it like last year? Spacing freaking jacked up everywhere, and it's just you got to have all those things got to come into play. So it's not just like, is he going to be good? Like, it's so many things that go into the quarterback position. And like, it's just, it's cliche, but it's true. Like, they get too much praise sometimes, and they get shit on too many. It's too much when it's not all them sometimes. So, it's, I don't know. I just kind of how I see it, man. And we're in real quick too. Jimmy did say about Zach Robinson that thought he was brilliant. Thought he was like the next just amazing, offensive type mind coming up. Like just thought he was just going to be doing an amazing job. And he did say about his defense one thing. He said he thought that like their defenses was really easy to understand. He thought their guys, they could figure it out easily. He said what they ran into a lot, especially in Washington, was other teams thinking like, man, this is a complicated defense to figure out. We can't. It's tough for the offenses, but it's really easy for us. So music to my ears, man. If it's something where they can just go read and react, and you got guys like he wants to, can read and react fast and play violently. All right, man. Beautiful. I mean, and so you get, and like you said, there's a good base to build on. Now they just got to add to it: draft, free agency, all that stuff. But Chris, what do you want, dude?
You mentioned something about the nose tackle. I feel like if we go nose tackle, we may draft one because you got Chris Jenkins Jr. out there, and I know you guys remember Chris Jenkins Sr.
Oh yeah.
Havoc. So that's one name out there. But I got another name for you if we were just talking about nose tackles real quick. Don't sleep on Illinois' Johnny Newton. Johnny Newton from Illinois. He's 6'2", 295. And he had 7.5 sacks and a forced fumble last year. So that's another guy that you can look at too if we're just talking about trying to get nose tackles, who's probably, and he's projected to go in either round 1 or 2. So that's just another name to look out for as well. But quarterback position. Yeah, quarterback.
Just go for it and get T'Vondre Sweat in the second round.
Hey, man. Hey.
Big 342 pounds, 6 foot. I mean, just go.
I also like Byron Murphy from Texas. I like
that's
another guy who has a powerful motor, man, who can go after it and get it. So it's a few guys that's out there in the draft. But speaking of draft, the most important position possibly may be quarterback. And I'm team young guy, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm with you. I want a young guy. I'm gonna tell you why. I've said it on other shows as well. I'm gonna tell you why, man. Just as far as the 30-plus-year-old quarterbacks, I don't want the guys who have pretty much got on their last leg, their last career, their last contract, whatever you want to chalk it up to. I don't want the 30-plus-year-old quarterbacks. The retreads is what I've been calling them. I don't want the retreads. I don't want the guy who is a castaway talking about Justin Fields. I think he's great. I think he's a great person. I honestly believe that he has the ability to be a great quarterback, especially in another system, but he's still somebody's castaway. It feels like Kyler Murray and Josh Rosen all over again. It's just, different situation. And the Bears, they're not a great organization either. They actually kind of have mirrored us. And if you look at it, we've kind of been like mirroring each other, especially in the quarterback position. It's been questions after questions after questions. The front office, what's going on with them, players, defenses, things that have been similar. But I want my guy. I can live and die on the hill with me drafting a guy. And if I get it wrong, well, guess what? I drafted the guy that I wanted, and I just was wrong. More so than me saying, hey, man, it didn't work over there. Come on over here. We can fix you. And I want my guy. Go get one of these guys out the draft, and you're going to have to move up to go get them because, honestly, 3 quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers, or 2 offensive tackles, and a wide receiver, you have 7 positions that can be gone before you even get to 8. And I think that's another reason why people keep on saying Dallas Turner. I'm not knocking on Dallas Turner or anything like that, but I want my quarterback, and I'm hoping that we can address the pass rush in free agency possibly to not even have to worry about, trying to get a Dallas Turner because I want me somebody polished more so than trying to draft a rookie, especially if you go get a guy like a Brian Burns. He's going to be better than any pass rusher coming out of this draft right now.
100%. Edge rushers are damn near like quarterbacks. You don't know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, I'd rather go get a guy who I know who can do it and who will be motivated, especially if he's staying in the NFC South, going against a team that didn't pay him, that didn't make him a priority, whatever he want to feel. That's cool. I want you over here so you can wreak havoc on them 2 times a year and the Saints and the Bucks and the rest of the league.
Yep.
But we still, we got to see what that price tag is. I think it's going to be anywhere between 22 and 24 mil for Brian Burns. And probably. Josh Allen, I like him. I feel like he's a little bit better in the run than Brian Burns, but I believe he's just going back to Duval. And then Danielle Hunter's about to be 30 years old. Sack leader, yes, but Brian Burns is pretty much about to be 26. So I like that he's younger. That's another reason why I go with Burns. But
yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like, one of the guys I did the video, like Bryce Huff, undrafted free agent, one of the best pass rusher rates in the league last year. You know, I mean, like, you can never tell, dude. Like, you can't tell, like, you know, Chase Young, number 2 overall, hadn't done much of anything, you know, when it comes to, like, as far as like production compared to some of these guys. So it's one of those positions. I agree, man. And Bernard said, is Drake May our next Matt Ryan, man?
Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing right now, sir.
Hey, man, he has an opinion. I can respect if people want it. Drake is a pocket passer. You know, he has a powerful arm. I personally, that's not the quarterback that I'm going after. But, you know, I mean, everybody has their own opinions. I mean, Drake May, he can be great. Caleb Williams, he can be great. I don't see us jumping all the way to 1 to go get him. But, I mean, he could be great. But I'm team Jaden Daniels. So if we can go get Jaden Daniels, I'm good with that. Somebody who anticipates his throws, leads the receiver. And when he leads that receiver normally gets what? Yards after the catch. Something that I want. Something that I need. And he doesn't have the most powerful arm in here in the draft this year. No. But his timing on anticipating throws, he's already letting the ball go before the receiver is coming out of his full break. We didn't see hardly none of that last year, regardless of who the quarterback was.
No, we didn't.
And he puts the ball in places to where the receiver can catch, protect themselves, and make a move. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Regardless of how people feel, one reason on why Kyle Pitts got hurt was because of the ball placement from Marcus Mariota. So, but you know, a lot of people don't.
By the way, Eddie Jackson's a free agent now. By the way,
the
guy who hurt him.
yeah, he's a free agent. He is a free agent. I seen the message like, oh man, he need to take old discount just cuz.
That's right. That's right.
So listen, here's why I say here's the smartest thing that I would do at quarterback for us is like I'm like you. I want a young dude, right? I don't want to go get somebody on their last leg, but I don't want a rookie. So I'm in a bad space because I just see what Bryce Young does. Like I don't want somebody to have to go like to 1, 2, 3 years. I do want to win now while we got a great defense. We got the talent before everybody start asking for way more money than we can pay. So I do want to win now. So I say the smartest thing to do, like in the middle, would be I say go get Justin Fields. You start him, but then you draft a quarterback in the 2nd round. That's still so that way, if he don't pan out, we still got that young dude. Now it ain't gonna be Jaden Daniels because it's the 2nd round, but you could still get somebody pretty good, like a Bo Nix, hopefully in the 2nd round.
Oh, and then JJ McCarthy may slide.
Yeah, dog, and you can have both, so you ensure yourself. I got somebody that's young who could be here for years. But he ain't a rookie, so maybe he understand it slightly better. It'll be less of a curve, but then we got a rookie just in case we miss, because we can't put our eggs in nobody's basket. I don't care who it is. We can't put all eggs in, we can't do that again. So, and then 3rd string Matt Ryan, just in case both of them get hurt. Matt Ryan, 3rd string, like, you know what I'm saying? He come in the Super Bowl and he win it for us. Like, that's all I'm saying. 2-minute drill, Matty Ice. But that way you can't go wrong. You got Justin Fields as your starter, Bo Nix as your backup, Matt Ryan as your 3rd string. I mean, if that don't smell Super Bowl, you tell me, man. And I absolutely love it. But like I totally agree with you, Chris. To get a veteran in here, it's like I'm just glad you made the tire reference. It's fix a flat. You know what I'm saying? We need a new tire, bro. Like we keep doing. I don't want to be the Redskins. The Redskins
we gonna be buying new tires again anyway.
Yeah,
let's just go ahead and get it and just buy the tires.
Go ahead, spend the money
first time.
Just go ahead. Yep, just go ahead, spend the money. I think we tried to go cheat with Ritter. He was like a great fixer flat. He was a patch, and then he wasn't even fixed flat. He was a patch. So they said, "Oh yeah, the patch going," and it didn't work. And so I just say, go buy some new tires, man. Go spend the money. I don't even care if we move up. Spend the money because you know that's the missing link. So spend the money and invest wisely, man. But don't go get somebody that's going to be here for a year or two, and then you right back in the same position.
right back in the same position.
Yeah, unless, like you said, unless you draft unless you take a guy like Fields or Cousins or whatever, say you sign to a 2-year deal, and you go draft a guy and say, this is our plan. You're probably going to sit for 2 years essentially, because like Cousins is not going to come here and play for 1 year or uproot his family. I know his wife's from Alpharetta; they got married down here, but like he's not going to come all the way down here just to play 1 year. And then have he's gonna be want to be guaranteed playing. Like, okay, if I'm coming here, I need 2 years, I need 3 years, whatever it is.
It's probably like 3 years.
He's gonna ask for 3.
If that's the case, and I can't do that. I mean, and this year's QB class is gonna be a hell of a lot better than next year's QB class,
bro.
Way better. It's not even close.
Oh my gosh! Like, don't even. That's another reason why I'm glad you brought that up, John, because that's another reason why next year is looking trash.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not calling any of them guys trash, but compared to this draft, go get your guy this draft, man. And even if you do go get a veteran, hey, it may be some more familiarity. People may not like this. I know I don't, but it's a realistic possibility. Carson Wentz may be a backup here next year. He was with the LA Rams last year.
Sure was.
Yeah.
So that's another possibility. Exactly. I'm just like Mike. I promise you, I don't like it at all. But if we was to go get a Jaden Daniels and then have a Carson Wentz back him up, and then Matt Ryan being the third, just to, I mean, if
there you go, Chris. See my delusion, man. Make it real. The more we say it.
Oh boy. No, but seriously, man, if we do that, it's a possibility, though. Seriously, that third stringer could be still Desmond Ridder, because you got to look at the money that they're spending into the quarterback. Hardly anything. Yeah. If Carson Wentz is not going to ask for a whole lot of money, he can't. Desmond Ridder still on his rookie deal. Jaden Daniels or Drake May, whomever, Bo Nix, whomever will be coming in on a rookie deal. You don't have to put a lot of money in your quarterback. You spend money around him, put pieces around him that are great, and look at next thing you know, you got we may be looking like the 49ers, because they got Brock Purdy in the Super Bowl, who is a good football player, by the way. So it's just like, hey, man, I'm just saying, it's ways of doing things. Because you think about it, remember, they drafted Trey Lance and still ain't never missed a beat.
Yep. Oh, that saves Shanahan's job. Brock Purdy saves Shanahan's job.
Yeah.
Because you don't trade those amount of picks and then not and get it wrong and still survive. Because I mean, damn, like Brock Purdy came out and saved his ass. But I mean, and then there is a chance that they look at this roster after we, and know like who we're going to add in the draft, who we're going to add for agency, and say, you know what, we can win now. And we don't know if we can do it with a rookie quarterback. So let's go get Kurt for 2 or 3 years. And we'll worry about the quarterback 2 or 3 years from now. Not next year when the quarterback class is shitty, but maybe the next year or the year after. That's a possibility as well. Like that's, it just depends on how they kind of see this going. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a tough position, because like of course they want to win now. We all want to win now. We dying to win. We all are. So it's just, like I said, if we go rookie, which I'm fine with, because again, like I love those top 3 guys, and I'm starting to get into some of the other guys. I haven't watched a ton of JJ McCarthy yet. I've seen a lot of Knicks. I've seen a lot of Penix. But like I'm cool if we go a quarterback this year. But like I said, if we're going to start the rookie this year, then we got to temper our expectations a little bit and just understand like it could go good. It could go bad. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, just like Ridder. But I mean, obviously, you hope for a higher level. You know what I mean? Like you're not hoping for the same thing, but you never know, man, until, like you said, until they're in there and they're facing it, you don't know what you're going to see. And then Gabriel said, did you see the Terry interview where they asked him about Fields? He said he didn't want to lose picks for tampering. No, I did not see that. I knew it was, I think if he's talking about the one tonight, I think Steve Weiss had him on him to watch it afterwards though. Blinken sister, they gave me a different feel from Matt. Yeah, for sure.
Right? It was dope, right?
Oh yeah, definitely still pissed about the fourth quarter now. I can't lie about that.
He was appreciated. Yeah, joy.
That's right.
I'm not saying.
Get Mike emotional, man. Yeah, Mike said, I'm not sold on fast, free, physical BS. Jimmy Lake talk. Man, they all talk about that. That's what they all say. We heard it before. Dudes got to show me. Yeah, I mean, Nielsen said the same.
I will say one thing. I don't even like to watch those because I understand they have to be generic. We're gonna play fast and loose. But the one thing that I did like to hear that you said he said was I'm gonna tailor the scheme to what my players do best. because our last coach did not do that. He did not do that. He was not taking advantage of the things a certain player did. He said he was going to do that, and I don't feel like he did that whatsoever. And he didn't take when it was players on other teams that was hurt. He wouldn't take advantage of the injury. He would keep doing the same thing, like, oh, he's hurt, so we need to go at him. He's just going in the same direction. So that was encouraging to hear. I do want to hear that. That actually meant something. Like, I'm gonna tailor scheme it to what they do best. That will work best by common sense is logic.
Yeah. And Bernard says Zach Harrison could be a beast.
He will be a beast. I promise you. When he get the right thing, he will be.
Hey, man, Harrison
came on strong.
Harrison got some promise. I'm telling you.
Man. Incredible Hulk. Millie Mills said, I still feel as though in order to move up, Tyler might be involved in the trade. Don't say that. I hate to lose him, but Tim might be the best young player other teams might want from us. He's our most underrated player. Plus, he's a running back team. Don't give a F about anymore. They overlook him as replaceable. Just a thought. Yeah.
I would shed tears on that one. I mean, I got the guy's jersey.
I would too. Yeah.
I called that one before we actually drafted him, which, I have to keep saying that because it's one of the only ones I got right.
Dog, and here's the thing I just want to point out. Dog, he's just as, in my opinion, he's just as good as Bijan, just differently. So it's like, he can't do the things that he can do. He doesn't have that skill set, but he got a different skill set now. That man is when he get going, it ain't no stopping him either. Mm-hmm. He's proved himself to be unstoppable. So he's top tier, dog. And I think people forget that because he's not as exciting. You remember when he broke that touchdown run? Dog, I hear John like, I didn't even know he could do that. Now he picked it up a notch. When he broke that, I was like, dog, that was one thing I was like, well, he ain't gonna never break it. Oh, he broke that and outran everybody. So he's improving too. He's just a young dude too. So we haven't even seen the best of Tyler, man. And he's learning how to read the holes better, as you saw. And biggest fan, dog. So I think he's just as top tier. I don't want to disrespect him because he's not as exciting as Bijan is.
Yeah, and you still got to have. I mean, you still have to have two decent backs, two good backs. You'd like to.
Yeah, you got to keep him. Yeah,
I mean, and he's he's a fifth rounder. He's cheap. I mean, he's going to be cheap. So I mean, like that's not a huge deal. And Tyreek said, "Get the best pass rusher." We missed out on TJ and Parsons. Yeah, but that's what's crazy, man. Like so did 29 other teams miss out on TJ as well. Yeah. That's what's crazy. You just can't tell. I mean, like I would have took Watt because he's a freaking Watt. Like I'd have been like, all right, just by your brother, you're probably gonna be pretty good. But Parsons, now we legit could have had Parsons.
Different. But Parsons was different because no one really seen Parsons what he was gonna turn into that.
Exactly.
Like we figured he would be a good football player, but if anybody had an idea that he'd be who he is, he'd been top 5 easy.
Yes,
I would have took that.
Well, definitely. Like I said, Chase Young was looking like Universal Soldier out there at Ohio State. Like, man, you ain't seen anybody built like that. Mm-hmm. Universal Soldier is an old movie, kids. They was on VHS with Jean-Claude Van Damme back in the day. Google. Yeah, right. And but dude, like he was, like man, this guy looked like a monster. And look, I mean, I know he got hurt, but still, like he's not, he ain't produced to that level. Like it's just it's like I said, man, it's like picking a quarterback, man. You got to hope that they can. If you pick the best traits, high ceiling, cross your fingers, toes, and go from there, man. And Gabriel said Drake can run. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen enough where he can. Yeah, he's got some feet. He can move. He's not solely a pocket passer. And he said Nix and Penix are the same age as Fields, so they're not really young. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Do you know this tip if Dylan Gabriel comes out next year from Oklahoma? I guess it's still Oklahoma. Sure. I don't even know.
I'm not sure. I don't want to say yes, and then I'd be wrong. So I'm just gonna say I'm not sure. Bring in Drew Lock over Wentz. I mean, it is what it is. I only mention Wentz because of familiarity, and it seems like that's the theme.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just going with the theme of what I'm seeing. So I mean, I ain't say I like it. I ain't say I want Wentz. I don't want Carson Wentz. But I'm just saying, if familiarity purposes, it's a possibility. So I gotta talk about it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, dude. Yeah,
just like the safety, the safety from over there, Jordan Fuller, who was an unrestricted free agent. He possibly could end up playing safety for the Falcons next year. And we had his brother. We drafted his brother, guys. Mm-hmm. He just didn't last. Devin Fuller back in 2016-17. We drafted him, but injuries, back-to-back seasons on the IR, and that's what really just hurt his career and everything. But it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Familiarity again, and that would be crazy that we drafted him as a wide receiver, and then he ended up coming and signing over to us.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I would take Jordan Fuller in a heartbeat to come in and play some safety in a heartbeat. We may say I'm getting JJ McCarthy or Penix if Jaden Daniels is gone. Yeah, I got to watch more on JJ. I've seen some good of JJ, but it's like similar to Desmond to me. Like you see like some spurts of really good and like some not so great. Obviously, they're playing a little bit different levels of competition. Division Michigan obviously than Cincinnati, but I do like Penix. But like again, I mean, who's right? Usually right tackle. That's the only thing that worries me about a left-handed quarterback. Like I said, but all in all, guys, hope he stays too. But you never know. None of these players are Heems, but Tyler's. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree, man.
But he is valuable, like you said, man. He is valuable because they do look at him like that.
Right.
Yeah.
DJ said, I still remember the clip of Drew Lock getting pumped listening to that Young Jeezy. Man.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like I've seen like NFL guys are higher on JJ than like fans are. I've seen that, and I've seen guys I respect.
DJ said he looked mid.
Yeah, and I've seen guys I respect say like, no, he's better than that. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it. Maybe he is. Like I said, I haven't watched enough. I got to go back and watch, actually watch some film and see. But anyway, guys, we were almost at an hour 30, man. So we'll work on closing this thing down, man. Chris, what you got coming up, man, on your channel, and plug anything you want to plug, buddy.
Oh man, so got some stuff coming. I do have some stuff coming, but first and foremost, I got to plug in the fact that I am almost done with my bachelor's degree in sports casting. I am so proud of this.
Man. Get it, Chris.
I'll be graduating this summer. And you know how it is, if you've been into college or just school period, you know how when you're getting closer to graduation, how they just want to slap you in the face with a bunch of stuff and bundle it all together and say, so this is all the lessons that you've been learning. And now you have to put it all together. So, things like that. So as far as outside of work, school been kicking my butt, but still going to do my best to bring the best content that I possibly can to you guys, draft profiles, thoughts of what moves the Falcons can make, thoughts about the Atlanta Hawks, or reels about performances from players. We're gonna have to get into some Braves talk with Mr. Johnny Yates this season. Yeah, definitely, because go Braves. And it's so crazy that all these teams making all these moves just to try to beat the little old Braves. But anyway, whatever, you do what you want to do, Dodgers.
That's right.
To you. But yeah, man, I'm just on the channel. I'm pleased and grateful to you guys. You guys keep doing your thing. Love you guys together, man. And John, keep those videos that you're doing rolling out too, man. You're doing a good job, buddy. Man. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to my brothers, as I am 1/3 of the Smitty Sports Machine and the 95 North, and all three of us together, we are the 95 North Sports Machine forever. And we have some stuff coming up, lined up for the weekend as well. So take a look out for that, because last week we did do the offensive side of the Falcons' needs. Things is going on with the offensive side, and then this coming up, we have the defensive side. So check out that. You already know Smitty. He's been dropping profiles. I'm trying to get to it myself, but school comes first. School before YouTube. I mean, I haven't been in it this long.
There you go.
That's right, man.
So man, I'm not going to mess that up. But Umberto, he's doing his thing as well on Bleacher Report. He actually is coming on tomorrow at 5:30. So you guys check that out as well. He's going to have some thoughts for you guys as well. We all doing big things, all Falcon content creators, all creators, period. We doing big things, man. It's growing season 2024. I can't wait for training camp, especially after the draft. If the draft is looking nice, free agency looking nice, man, you better believe training camp is going to be too lit this summer. I can't go.
Man, I got a question for you, dog. Before you go, I got a question for you. So you watch basketball. I'm dying to ask you this. You got to give me your starting 5 that are unbeatable, that would not be beat by no other starting 5 in NBA history. You could pick any 5 you want. Like, who's not losing?
Oh wow. Oh man, that's tough. Cause I like a lot of players.
You got to go each position. You get a starting 5 of NBA history. Who you picking that's not losing? Period.
Well, I definitely got to have Jordan in there. I'm sorry.
So Jordan at the what? At the 2?
Jordan gonna be at the 2.
All right.
I'm gonna have Jordan at the 2, probably Bron at the 3.
Okay.
I mean, because they're not gonna get in each other's way, honestly. Bron, but they're 2 totally different players. Now, if I would have said Kobe on that team, that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you got Jordan at the 2, Bron at the 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, I'm gonna have to go Curry at the 1.
Ooh, all right, Steph at the 1. All right.
Yeah,
So you building, Chris. All right. Cap it off.
Man, my power forward. That is rough. My power forward. I gotta go Tim Duncan. I'm sorry. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental. I gotta have somebody with some fundamentals.
Now you got to. So you got Tim Duncan at power. Small, you got LeBron. You got Jordan at 2 guard. You got Steph at the point. Who you rounding this off at center in NBA history? Who capping this team that won't lose?
Man, that's rough. I gotta go Reem, man. It's tough. But I'm gonna have to go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, Kareem. Oh shit, I wasn't even thinking. Okay. Oh, that's nasty.
I wanted to go Shaq, but
I was thinking you was gonna go Shaq.
Yeah, but I was gonna go Shaq, man. But I'm just thinking about it from a different perspective. Yeah, I can go Shaq, but I know that sky hook just was unbeatable too.
Yeah, so that sky hook. Yeah,
that sky hook, and Reem's gonna get some rebounds as well, and Curry gonna be Curry. It's tough, man. I honestly can make like 5 different lists that I feel like can just be combinations.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I love it.
I'm gonna go with Curry. I'm gonna go with Jordan, Bron, Duncan, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, and we got to do this because I forgot last show, man. Our buddy Jay in the truck emailed us and he asked us 2 questions. We only answered one of them. So before we get out of here,
I'm sorry, Jay.
Before we get out of here, Mike, what free agent move is a must this offseason for you? Or Tip, whoever wants to answer first, feel free.
I'm just saying you got to go to me. To me, I'm saying you got to go. You have to go defensive line for a must. Because to me, I think that what Chris said was really true. Like, you can get a quarterback from the draft that might. He said Allen Iverson. There you go. I was waiting on somebody to throw that in there.
I knew you were.
You sidetracked me, man. Thank you. But I would say, I think because he brought up a good point. Like, you can get a quarterback in the draft that might come in and be amazing. But nine times out of 10, the defensive line is the one that you want. That's already playing. He's going to be better than any rookie there. So I think you go. It's talking about position wise. You go defensive line I think that's a must. Is you go get a good free agent.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm probably the same because I mean, wide receiver. There's a ton of good receivers this year in the draft.
Yeah.
You can probably fill up. But yeah, you got to get that proven edge. Whether it's a top guy or whether it's 2 good guys. Regardless. Like I'm with that too.
Yeah, I agree, man. The defensive line definitely got to get somebody on the defensive line. Whether it be AJ out of Buffalo, Brian Burns, if you can pry Josh Allen some strange way away from Duval, even though they got Ryan Nielsen now, like I'm with any one of those guys. I mean, Hunter, I feel like he's going to get a nice contract.
Anything is possible through Christ.
Anything, you hear me?
Hey, man. Hey, I'm talking about anything. It really is possible, though. So, but if you address the D line. And if you address the D line, that's a major thing right there, man. You rather be by committee or if you go get the pass rusher, a la John Abraham, whether it be Burns, Allen, like I said, any of those guys. I mean, even if you do go get Hunter, I mean, he's 29, but that still doesn't mean anything as far as him being a pass rusher. Look at Khalil Mack, who I actually absolutely love. The man had 17 sacks last year, and he's 32, about to be 33. That may end up being a cap casualty down the road too. Maybe you can kick the tires there as well. There's just so many options. So many options.
It is. Oblivion, buddy. Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Love it, brother. I love it, man. Yeah, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
I started last night. So you got it's probably 9 months. And 9 months I'll let you, but I believe I started.
Yeah, I need a good sounder for that one. I don't have one. All right. Hey, man, Chris, thank you so much, brother, for coming by, man. It's been great having you on, man. It's always fun having you on, man. It's an easy show, man. It's fun to do with you, buddy. Definitely have you back on closer as we get to the free agency and draft, and everything that stinks going on, man. I'm sure we'll all be together doing shows, man. Jordan, appreciate you, brother. Good night, man. Yeah, Mike, you got anything final, buddy, before we go?
But I do want to say 2 things. I want to shout out again to everybody who supported the TikToks. But that was big to me. I didn't even notice. I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. But I did notice when that shit said 10K. That stood out to me. I screenshot it. I don't screenshot shit and send it to John, but that was one
That's true.
That meant to me. He'll tell you I don't care about none of this shit for real. Nope. I don't even look at it. But that meant something to me. So I did send that to John. So really thank you. I really do appreciate those stuff, man. When we drop stuff, it takes time to do that. Even if its show is 2 minutes, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time to do. Every little effect you see take a lot of time, especially when you're not really good at the phone and all that stuff. So thank y'all. And the second thing I want to say is, man, we so proud of you, Chris, for that school shit you doing, man. And we support you 100% because me and John graduated. And we know, like, dog, when you going to work and doing that, bro, that's something to do. Right? That's something that tax your life, and that's no small thing. And I hit Chris on the text. He told me on the text, and I texted him, dog, it's gonna be the best feeling that you ever felt, because I don't feel like the world expect people who look like us to do that. Right. So that's always a really big thing that you can, because when people just see you, they won't assume that. So that's something that you could pull out your back pocket and always slam on the table, like, look, mother, you know what I mean? And it's just a dope thing, especially during Black History Month, to say that. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you. That's a proud moment. Your family should be proud. You should be proud. That is no small thing, especially when you go to work and then go to school, because you never get the rest. And then the podcast and everything else you do, you never really get to relax anymore. But it'll be worth it in the end, man. So shout out to you. We're proud of you for that. That's dope, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, man, I haven't played a video game in 2 years. So that just lets you know.
See what I'm saying? It'll be worth it, though.
I don't have time for that. I really don't.
Yeah.
No, I believe it, man. All right, guys. Well, again, man, awesome show tonight. Hey, y'all in the chat, thank y'all for coming by and hanging with us all night long, man. It's been, like I said, an hour and a half as usual, man. And Demetrius said, man, and our brother Chris, we believe absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So, man, so Mike and I will catch y'all next week on Thursday. Probably, I think we're having Aaron Freeman from Locked On Falcons on. Well, Aaron's gonna be back.
Let's go.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, man, we had Aaron on last season, and it's about time to have him back on again. So we'll have him on Thursday, as long as everything goes well. 7:30, like I said, and then, like I said, I'll look for the QB video. I got to get with Savion. Mike, we'll figure it out. Whatever we're going to do it, but we'll just record that. We'll have it out probably early to mid next week. Talking about QBs, and y'all can check out, like I said, the wide receivers, the edge video that's out there that I did. Check it out, man. And like I said, drop comments on there. Let me know who y'all would like. On either one, wide receiver, edge, whatever, man. And just keep the likes up, keep sharing it, man. I much appreciate that, man. It's awesome. Because like Mike said, it does take some time. It takes a lot of time, especially to start. When you start editing these things, man, holy crap, man. You really get into
That's the whole process.
It is. It takes, editing, it takes so much, 4 times as long as it takes to actually shoot the video. But anyway, man, thank y'all all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere you can listen to us, drop us a 5-star review. We much appreciate that. Love you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Much love. Mike, take us out, brother.
Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.